A while ago, I uploaded a video about the 3 years my husband and I spent in England doing domestic work. We went into domestic service, and I've got lots of stories to tell. We called it an adventure. It was a lot of hard work, but luckily, time is kind, and we've forgotten a lot of those really hard days, and we've just remembered the funny ones. First of all, a big welcome to my subscribers and to my new subscribers, all my new subscribers. I'm so grateful to you. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. And I'd love to share a couple of those stories with you. And stay until the end of the video because I've kept the funniest one till last. Now, when we decided to go to England, we knew that we were going to the type of job we were going to be looking for. We're both professional accountants, but we didn't intend to do that. We wanted to go into domestic service and do something really different. So we went there without any jobs, and we hit the lady magazine, and that's how we got our jobs. We discussed it before going and said, well, really, how difficult can this really be? Keeping in mind that we are South Africans, yes, but we're English-speaking South Africans with English parents. In England, they speak English. I mean, how could it go wrong? Oh, man. Did we discover how it can go wrong? We don't talk the same language. Maybe some of us do. But remember, we worked for the gentry. And the gentry and us definitely don't speak the same language. Anyway, so one day, my employer comes into the kitchen. He says, Rose, that chicken you're roasting, would you do a bread sauce with it, please? And I said, yes, of course. He walked out the kitchen. I thought, bread sauce? Oh, I've never heard of bread sauce. Anyway, there wasn't Google or GPT or anything accessible to me, so I scratched around, found a recipe book, and I found a recipe for bread sauce. Warm milk, cloves, onion, and wet bread. Oh, goodness me. I made it, and he said it was very nice, but please, tell me, why would you pour wet bread over your beautifully roasted chicken? Anyway, discovered we didn't all speak the same language, did we? But on a similar topic, he pops his head into the kitchen another day and says, Rose, don't go to a lot of trouble for lunch. Just chuck a chook in the Aga, and that'll be fine. I said, sure, will do. Chuck a chook in the Aga. Well, I'd already made enemies with the Aga. It was this big monster that stood in the corner of the kitchen. It was just hot all the time. It had 3 or 4 doors. It had no temperature gauge on it, no timer on it. I mean, my cooker at home, I've got a temperature gauge on it. And I set the timer, and I know exactly when to take out what I'm cooking. Anyway, it was there. I had to use it, so that was it. But the chook, where was I going to find a chook? Well, okay, let's start with Waitrose. I jump in the car and I go off to Waitrose. I'm looking around and I just can't find it. And eventually I find a young lady and I say, would you mind helping me, please? Could you point me in the direction of the chooks? So she says, well, I presume you mean the chickens, madam? I said, oh, is that what a chook is? Yes, I suppose so. Anyway, led me to the chickens, picked the chicken, went home, cooked it in the monster auger, and that was me chucking a chook in the auger. And my last little story for today. Once again, I'm in Waitrose and I'm doing a little bit of pantry top up. And I couldn't find the rice. So I found somebody to help me in one of the aisles and I said, could you point me in the direction of the rice, please? I can't seem to find it. And he said, what's that, madam? I said, rice. He said, no, we don't keep that. So I said, but you must keep it. Everybody eats it. He said, but explain to me what it is. I said, you know, it's those small white things. You boil them in water and they puff up, and you normally eat them with curry or stew or something. He said, oh, you mean rice? Why are you saying Ross? Good Lord. My South African accent, I couldn't even buy a packet of rice and get the assistant to understand me. And I was the one who said, don't worry, Peter, we all speak the same language. We're all English. Not so. So those were my 3 funny little stories for the day. And I hope you enjoyed them. And if you did enjoy them, I've got lots more. Just tell me in the comments and I'll share some more with you. We'll have a laugh together. And just something else I want to add. I see that quite a high percentage of people that watch my videos are not subscribed. Won't you subscribe, please? And hit the notification bell and you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much for being here. And I really appreciated it. And big hugs to you until next time. Bye for now.